This might have been the one from that years and years ago that got Heat DVD. No, but Orndorff, remember he was pissed. This might be the one though. I don't know. Have to see. Might have already seen some of this.
I know that they asked him. I was doing something, and I think Dave Pinzer went and asked Vader to do some interviews, and he said no. And then somebody else went and asked him, and he said no. And finally, somebody said, Kevin Sullivan said, Paul, would you go ask Tim? Maybe he'll listen to you. Please ask him to see if he'll come and do the interview, because it's like 6 o'clock. The people are film people, a union, so they go on a break lunch or whatever. So we started about 7 something. So we only had about 15 minutes, and it was a very important interview. And I just, like I'm talking here to you, I said, Leon, do you mind doing this interview? And he said some nasty words. And, it was kind of like this. What's your deal? And, I ain't gonna let nobody talk to me that way. He talked really. I don't know why. That's the sad thing. I don't know why. And one thing led to another. It got hotter and hotter and hotter. And then
So it got hotter and hot.
Punched me. Because I was with the office, and if I would have ever thrown the first punch, I'd been fired.
Right.
And that quick. And I got up, and if the right one don't get you, the left one will. And I defended myself, and I don't know if you ever seen somebody knocked out on their feet. Have you ever seen them stumble around and finally go down? That's how he went. And I kicked him in the face about 5-6 times. And if I could have got a hold of a club or something else, I'm glad I didn't, but I would have killed him. Don't do that.
Orndorff had a hot temper.
I was wrong. He was wrong. It cost him a lot of money. I could have sued him. And that's how it happened. Then we got into it again, and I took a couple shots. I worked that night. He was dead. He had to go to the hospital.
What was the vibe in the locker room?
They loved it. It kind of gave me it helped me.
Right.
It helped me to stay there another 5 years. So it wasn't all bad. But it was one of those, you don't like to do that. But then again, here's a guy that ain't been in the business, and you don't talk to people that way. Not in front of everybody in the locker. You don't do it. So it was my pride too.
Right.
I'm glad he hit me.
Yeah, Orndorff didn't mess around. Orndorff was the veteran then. Because I know, seen 100 clips about this, and he had no shoes on. He had shoes on. No, he had on sandals, but if he had on, I don't know if it was this. I don't know. I think it might have been another video. If he had on the Timberlands or the cowboy boots, his face. They said his face was gone anyway, but it would have been a lot worse. Then I heard about him picking Steve Blackman, and that wasn't a good idea. How about that? People like to pick at Blackman, and what's the other dude? Pick at Blackman and pick at me. I don't know why. And then he apologized to Vader. Apologized to Blackman. But yeah, that was because who talked about with the Orndorff thing? Who was it? I think Bagwell talked about it. Page talked about it. Shivani talked about it. Said Shivani was right there, and the announcer dude, not Capetta, the other one, Penzer, I think. Yeah, said he was all right there. But Orndorff, yeah, Orndorff didn't play, boy. He said that Florida temper is hot. And like he said a few minutes ago, he said it kept getting hotter and hotter.